Breaking news tonight. China launches a sweeping new policy, directly challenging American dominance in the global tech sector. The announcement sends shockwaves through the world's media, with headlines flashing across television screens in every major city. In electronics, shops, and living rooms alike, people pause to take in the gravity of the moment, realizing that this is not just another policy shift, but a bold move that could reshape the balance of power in technology for years to come. In response, Washington wastes no time. The U.S. government announces sweeping sanctions, targeting key Chinese industries and tech giants. Officials gather at press conferences, their statements measured but firm, signaling a new phase in the ongoing rivalry. The world holds its breath as these two superpowers lock horns on the global stage. Allies and rivals alike watch closely, aware that the outcome could ripple far beyond the borders of China and the United States. The television flickers with urgency, splashing red banners and breaking news alerts across living rooms from Beijing to Boston. Families gather, their faces illuminated by the glow of the screen, searching for answers in the unfolding drama. It's a scene that is becoming all too familiar in our time, one that signals the arrival of a new era marked by uncertainty and competition. The headlines are relentless, each one more dramatic than the last, as the world tries to make sense of what comes next. This isn't just another headline, it's a moment of global tension, a flashpoint that echoes through financial markets, diplomatic embassies, and the endless scroll of social media feeds. Investors react, governments strategize, and ordinary people share their anxieties online. Reporters crowd into press rooms, eager for any new detail. On trading floors, stock exchanges tremble as uncertainty drives volatility. The stakes are high, and everyone is searching for clarity. Ordinary people, far from the halls of power, ask, what does this mean for our future? In cafes, on street corners, and in homes, conversations turn to the escalating standoff and its possible consequences for daily life. The nightly news cuts to images of bustling Shanghai streets and the marble corridors of the White House. Commentators debate fiercely, offering predictions and warnings as viewers try to piece together the bigger picture. Experts warn of a new Cold War, drawing parallels to past rivalries, but noting that this conflict is playing out in a digital age, with new rules and higher stakes. The words are sharp, the stakes are higher than ever, and the outcome feels far from certain. Across the world, anxiety and anticipation hang in the air as people wonder what tomorrow will bring. In this charged atmosphere, one figure looms above all others: Xi Jinping, the man at the helm of China's vast and restless transformation. His decisions in the coming days could shape not only China's future, but the fate of the entire world. China's story is one of dizzying ascent, a transformation that has captured the world's attention and imagination. Just 4 decades ago, it was a nation struggling to feed its people, its vast countryside marked by poverty and hardship. Today, it stands as the world's second-largest economy, a technological trailblazer, and a force to be reckoned with on the global stage. Skyscrapers rise where rice paddies once lay, and innovation pulses through its cities. This meteoric rise has upended the global order, and at the center of this transformation stands Xi Jinping, a leader whose influence is felt far beyond China's borders. Since 2012, Xi has guided China through a period of rapid and sometimes turbulent change, consolidating his power and shaping the nation's destiny. He inherited a nation eager to take its place among the world's great powers, and he has fueled that ambition with bold policies and sweeping reforms. Under his leadership, China has flexed its muscles, economically, politically, and militarily, asserting itself in ways that have both inspired and unsettled the world. The pace of change has been relentless, with cities expanding overnight and new technologies reshaping daily life for hundreds of millions. Xi Jinping is not just another leader. His vision is sweeping, and his ambitions for China are nothing short of historic. He talks of a Chinese dream, a future where China is strong, prosperous, and respected on the world stage, a nation that commands admiration and influence. To achieve this, he has centralized control, demanding unwavering loyalty from the Communist Party and the people alike, tightening his grip on power to ensure stability and unity. For millions around the globe, Xi represents both promise and peril, a symbol of China's potential and its unpredictability. He is the architect of China's resurgence, the author of its most daring ambitions, and the face of a nation determined to shape the future on its own terms. Xi Jinping's journey begins far from the seat of power, in the quiet, rugged landscapes of rural China, where life moves at a different pace and tradition runs deep. Born in 1953, Xi was the son of Shi Zhongxun, a prominent revolutionary hero who played a key role in the founding of the People's Republic. But his father's fortunes changed dramatically. He was later purged during Mao's Cultural Revolution, casting a long shadow over the family. As a teenager, Xi was banished to a remote village in Shanxi province, sent away from the comforts of Beijing to live among peasants and laborers. He shoveled grain alongside villagers, slept in simple cave dwellings carved into the Loess hills, and endured the harsh realities of rural life. Long days of manual labor, meager food, and the biting cold of winter. Those years of hardship left a deep and lasting mark on him, shaping his character and worldview. Xi learned the art of survival, the value of patience, and the importance of loyalty, qualities that would serve him well in the years to come. He also gained a first-hand understanding of the struggles faced by ordinary Chinese people. He watched his father fall from grace, enduring political persecution and public humiliation, and then, years later, witnessed his rehabilitation and return to public life. The experience hardened him, but also gave him a rare and intimate understanding of China's heartland, its people, and their resilience. Returning to Beijing, Xi began to climb the party ladder with quiet determination, never drawing too much attention to himself, but always moving forward. He served in the provinces for many years, building a reputation as a disciplined, reliable administrator who could be trusted to get things done, no matter how challenging the circumstances. Unlike many of his peers, he avoided scandal and controversy, projecting an image of stability, integrity, and calm resolve. By 2012, after decades of steady progress, Xi had become the consensus choice to lead China into a new era, trusted by both party elders and the public. His rise was not explosive, but methodical, a testament to his cautious, calculating style, and to the lessons he learned from hardship, family, and the land itself. Xi Jinping wasted little time in stamping his authority. He launched a sweeping anti-corruption campaign that snared thousands of officials. It was popular with the public, but also served to eliminate rivals and tighten his grip on power. Xi's vision wasn't limited to politics. He called for a great rejuvenation of the Chinese nation. Infrastructure programs reshaped cities, military spending soared, state companies grew stronger, while private entrepreneurs faced new scrutiny. The Communist Party under Xi became central to every aspect of Chinese life. Dissent was met with strict controls. The internet, once a place of freewheeling debate, became tightly policed. Surveillance technology flourished, making China one of the most closely watched societies on Earth. Yet for many, Xi's China also brought new opportunities. Millions were lifted out of poverty. High-speed trains connected distant provinces. The sense of national pride was unmistakable. Walk through a market in Chengdu, and you'll see the fruits of China's boom. Shoppers tap their phones to pay for fresh vegetables, electric scooters zip past food stalls. Everywhere, signs of progress and the party are visible. But beneath the surface, change is more complicated. Young professionals in Shanghai work long hours, chasing dreams of home ownership in a city where prices soar higher than skyscrapers. In classrooms, children recite patriotic songs. Teachers remind them that their future is bound to the fate of the nation. In Xinjiang, the picture is darker. Uyghur families navigate a world of checkpoints and surveillance. Stories of detention and forced assimilation drift quietly through the region, a stark reminder of the costs of unity and control. Across the country, pride mingles with anxiety. Life is better, but it is also more tightly managed. For many, the promise of Xi's China means both hope and caution. The relationship between China and the United States has grown sharper in recent years. Trade wars have erupted, with each side imposing tariffs on billions of dollars worth of goods. Tech giants like Huawei and TikTok have become battlegrounds, caught between the two governments. Diplomats spar over the South China Sea, where China builds islands and asserts its claims. The U.S. responds with so-called freedom of navigation patrols. The world watches, wary of an accidental confrontation spiraling out of control. Hong Kong's pro-democracy protests draw sharp rebukes from Beijing and strong words from Washington. The crackdown is swift and, well, the message is clear. China will not tolerate dissent, at home or abroad. Each new crisis tests the fragile balance. Both sides talk of dialogue, but neither is willing to back down. The rivalry grows more intense with every passing year. China's ambitions reach far beyond Asia. The Belt and Road Initiative, a vast network of infrastructure projects, extends China's influence across Africa, Europe, and beyond. Ports, railways, and highways all bear the mark of Chinese investment. The U.S., long accustomed to setting global rules, finds itself challenged at every turn. American companies worry about intellectual property theft. Lawmakers debate how to respond to China's growing reach, not just in trade, but in technology and security. Both nations compete for allies and influence in international organizations. In the United Nations, at climate summits, and in the World Health Organization, the duel plays out in speeches and votes. The world's future, it seems like, will be shaped by how these two giants choose to compete or cooperate. Xi Jinping's policies have changed China at every level. Politically, loyalty to the party is paramount, dissent is risky, and the boundaries of free speech are tighter than ever. Artists, writers, and academics navigate a landscape shaped by censorship and surveillance. Culturally, there's a new emphasis on traditional values. Socialism with Chinese characteristics blends ancient philosophy with modern power. Nationalist sentiment runs high, fueled by state media and public celebrations of China's achievements. Economically, China is both a rival and a partner to the U.S. Trade links remain strong, but the specter of decoupling looms. American companies eye other markets, while Chinese firms push into new sectors, from electric cars to artificial intelligence. Every change ripples outward, touching lives far beyond China's borders. The world adapts, even as the rules of engagement continue to evolve. As Xi Jinping enters his second decade in power, his impact is undeniable. He has reshaped China's society and politics, asserted its power on the world stage, and set the tone for a new era of rivalry with the United States. The future remains uncertain. Will Xi's vision deliver lasting prosperity, or will the costs of control and confrontation prove too high? Can China find its place as a global leader without sparking wider conflict? And how will the U.S. adapt as its old certainties are tested? For now, Xi shows no sign of slowing down. His grip on power is firm, his ambitions undimmed. The world watches and waits to see what comes next. One thing is clear: the story of China and the U.S. and the rise of Xi Jinping is far from over. The decisions made in Beijing and Washington today will echo for generations to come.